What's up, YouTube? So, a few things have popped off, very recently, and I want to talk about them. So, this video is going to be sort of like, a 2-for-1 type of deal, maybe a 3-for-1 type of deal, 4-for-1 type of deal. You get what I mean, right? So, Tyrese, I want to talk about Tyrese for a quick second. All right. So Tyrese, I don't know if this was recent or what, but there was a video of him floating around, singing a song dedicated to his daughter. And some of you probably are thinking, oh, that's sweet. He's singing, a nice, sweet song to his daughter. But the song that he was singing to his daughter, or dedicated to his daughter, was Let's Get It On. That Marvin Gaye song. So it had some people like, what? This kind of just goes to further prove and validate what people have been saying for a while, which is like a lot of these, dark skinned black men, low key and sometimes even high key, fetishize their light skinned mixed biracial daughters, and it's, coming off in a, pedophilic way at this point. We've seen that whole meme floating around of, oh, of a light-skinned little girl, like probably even like an infant or just being born or something. It's like, oh, 700 unresponded to text messages or something like that. And then we know about the whole YG situation about him being at Nipsey Hussle's funeral and talking about, they got, pretty light-skinned daughters, right? And there's other examples out there too, I'm sure. But those are the ones I can name off the top of my head, right? So I'm just, it's a little weird to see something like that. But maybe that's why, Tyrese was going through that whole custody battle. Maybe that was why his ex-wife, I don't know, I think they were probably married at one point, but his ex-wife maybe was trying to get full custody. Because she knows that this dude, I'm not she's aware that he may not be all the way there in the head, but it's really weird, this whole kind of like a low-key pedophilic vibe that comes from some of these dudes who have biracial daughters, or even just lighter skinned daughters. And I think they're sort of mixing, I'm not sure if they're able to separate their, lust for lighter skin and separate it from children, but especially their own daughters. Something to definitely be aware of and to be cognizant of. All right. But of course, this type of stuff gets swept under the rug until some big scandal like R. Kelly happens, right? Probably till white people jump in the mix, right? Then it's like, oh my God, this is outrageous now, right? Versus when you first saw the shit popping off, you didn't want to say anything. You just want to, well, maybe we misunderstood. Maybe it's not like that. Maybe, perhaps. We don't know, right? All that stuff. All right. Next, I want to talk about the Lil Duval situation. All right. So, black women, he trolled black women, pretty much. I mean, because he said something out of the blue, because I don't even think people were even talking about here. So, black women minding their own business, being nappy and happy, being good hair, don't care. And, Lil Duval come out and say like, oh, black women, with that lion look to their hair, he doesn't like that look. Lil Duval does not approve black women, Whatever will you do? Whatever will you do, black women? Little Duval does not approve of your hairstyle choices. I mean, I know that has you just, crestfallen and distraught. It's like, what are you going to do if Little Duval doesn't approve? But black women found the strength to carry on. All right. They have found the strength to move on, but not without letting Little Duval know where he ranks. All right. Because apparently Little Duval is about maybe 5'2". Some black women are just like, they have height requirements, and you got to be this tall to ride this ride. All right. And they were going at him because he was short. And really, I feel like this may low key come from a place of him being short and maybe black women not checking for him as much as he feels that he should, right? And I'm not trying to paint Little Duval as like, the victim, where it's like, oh, he was just so, beat down or something. So you should just let this slide. No. But it does sort of put things into context, right? And I think that, perhaps Little Duval may, prefer black women, actually. But at the same time, feel like black women don't prefer him. Because sometimes that is a thing when it comes to black men, right? And that's why you have that educated lame versus, thug discussion argument going on in the black sector of YouTube and social media, right? Where it's like because, of course we all know about, the whole, 1,001, Black Chocolate Kane songs that black women be singing, right? Which is, it's like, well, while these dudes may fit into the skin tone requirement, it's a bit more to it than that, seemingly, right? Because they want to do with, the hype, of course, the swag, the thug appeal, right? And, some of them may even want the dude to come with like a good job, a car, an apartment, or his own living situation, I'm sure they would want a house or prefer a house. But you know what I'm getting at, though, right? So, long story short, I just feel like, Little Duval perhaps may be one of those dudes who kind of like low key, those black men who low key prefer black women, but just feel like they don't get the love from black women like that. So, this is why he may be doing this type of a thing, this type of trolling situation, right? And sometimes they even may come through and be like, well, non-black women love us black men. They'll probably throw something like that in the mix too, right? Because I think, low key, they want they they're not feeling the love, right? And it is like on an individual level, right? Because have heard like brown skin and dark skinned men say like they kind of don't while they may hear the Chocolate King songs being sung, you know 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 65 days of the year, including holidays, they feel like it doesn't really trickle down to them and apply to them sometimes, right? And sometimes that may be true, right? But long story short, I just feel like that's where that situation may be coming from, right? But if Little Duval wants a black woman, I'm sure he can get a black woman, right? He has the money and the status to do so, right? Um, and I'm sure he could probably get a black woman who's on the shorter side. Yeah. Um, so y'all black women gonna show Little Duval some love? Y'all gonna sing a song dedicated to the chocolate black kings who, you know, are on the shorter side, right? The black canes who need, just, to wear some shoes with a little more soul to them, right? But yeah, but that's what I wanted to speak about, right? For that situation. All right, the next situation in the mix I want to talk about is this whole like Nicole Murphy, Antoine Fuqua situation that happened. So I'll say I kind of gave Nicole Murphy a little more credit for this. I kind of thought that she was a more classier than, or more classy than this, or classier than this. I didn't think that she would go down this road, right? Because this photo does almost look like it was like set up, kind of. It may not have been, but it does kind of look like that, though. It's like almost too picture perfect, And this is like a paparazzi photo too. And I think they may have been in like Italy at the time. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think that Nicole should have went down this route. I really don't think that she had to go down this like thought route. Because I think like she has the looks and the status to get men with money who are single. Like she don't have to really go down the home wrecker route, you know? Because she's kind of like in the industry and surrounded by those type of dudes, or in the circles that they run in, you know? Especially these color struck black niggas in the industry. They'll snatch up a Nicole Murphy in a second, right? Heck, even like a little while ago, like Shannon Sharp was trying to get with her. You know, like why didn't she get with Shannon Sharp, old milk dud looking ass? I guess maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have enough money, enough status. Maybe she just didn't like. Maybe she just wasn't attracted to Shannon Sharp like that. Um, Maybe he wasn't thug enough. Maybe he ain't have enough swag for Nicole Murphy. But I guess she decided to go down this route instead. All right. And then Lisa Ray came in the mix. I haven't heard from Lisa Ray in a minute. But Lisa Ray came in the mix saying that Nicole Murphy was a part of the reason her marriage broke up because she was sleeping with her husband. And her husband at the time was the prime minister of Turks and Caicos, I believe. And Lisa Ray was the first lady of Turks and Caicos. I think that's how you say that country's name. First lady, or whatever the term they call it. I'm not familiar with like British terminology when it comes to politics, but they do call it their president, the prime minister. Like, you know what I mean. So I don't know if she's the first lady or some other term, but y'all know what I'm getting at. So yeah, Lisa Ray wasn't happy about that, and she kind of threw in her little 2 cents because she probably was not able to express. Because I think this is probably the first time she was able to even really speak on this type of a situation and say, "Hey, Nicole, you foul," right? Finally given the space and opportunity just to express her feelings. And TMZ had caught her, and she had said a few words on TMZ as well, right? She's like, I don't know if she's a home wrecker, but she is wrecking homes, right? And Nicole Murphy, she's old enough to kind of know better, you know, to go down that route because she know how this is gonna play out. This is gonna play out with folks blaming Nicole Murphy, even though Nicole Murphy is single and Antoine Fuqua is married. But they're going to put the blame on her, right? Both men and women are going to put the blame on her, right? But at least we can all say that, from this situation, we can say at least no brown skin or dark skinned black women were harmed during the fuckery or the making of the fuckery of this situation, okay? But another thing I want to speak about is like, why is Nicole Murphy apologizing to Layla publicly, but not Antoine? I mean, I know why she's apologizing, because she was like, quote unquote, a family friend. But I'm like, okay, where is Antoine's apology? I ain't see that come up in the mix anytime, you know. And clearly Antoine has a type, and so does Nicole, which is all right. It's their right to have a type, but I'm just saying, um, but you do hear about the ride or die chick and that being pushed on black women, right? That narrative and whatnot. But you don't really hear the narrative of the ride or die nigga. You don't really hear that being pushed at all, right? And I guess maybe this is a good time for black women to maybe try and push that narrative. See how that'll go. I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna go nowhere. Right? But yeah, that's something to think about too. You notice that the ride or die chick is that narrative is pushed a lot on black women, you know. But you don't really see the opposite, the other way around, where the ride or die dude is being pushed on black men, right? Like, you gotta be down for the black woman, baby. You gotta be down for our black queens out here, all right? You can't be cheating on our black queens and mistreating them. You don't really hear about that, right? Right. But yeah, and to Layla, people were bashing Layla because Layla has gained weight. She isn't as thin as she used to be. From what I hear, she does, she's dealing with health problems at the moment. I believe she is battling lupus, and as well taking medication, and the medication causes people to gain weight. Because I think, from what I heard, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think like the medication can affect your metabolism and sort of like break down your metabolism so it's not as active. So instead of burning fat, a lot of fat is being stored instead, right? And I have seen pictures of Layla where where she's big, and I think she's wearing it well, right? But maybe Antoine just don't like them thick, all right? Although I heard from some women that black men like them, like black women thick, all right? They don't want you to be on that Becky shit, nah. Black men, the black kings, all right? They like black women to be thick, baby. you know. And I heard the criticism of Layla's weight coming from black men, I believe. It came from both, actually. Came from black men, but also a segment of black women. Especially probably like the mammy pick me mule segment of black women who tend to make excuses up, for, and also just excuse black male fuckery, right? You know, they be coming through like, sister, a black king can have many wives, as many wives as a black king can support, baby. All right, because us black kings, all right, say, because us black people have our own ways, sister. All right, because I don't believe in the white man's laws and regulations. Okay. A black king can have many wives. I don't need a wedding ring anyway. Just being with my black king gives me all the pleasures in the world. That's what's wrong with you young sisters now. Always trying to get married and shit. Just be happy a black king looking your way, sister. So the black the black kings and the black queens, that's how they be getting down. So I've said what I have to say about that situation. I think I pretty much said what I had to say. Let's move on to this Beyonce situation. So Beyonce released a song, and in this song, it's like she titled the song "Brown Skin Girl," right? So she's celebrating the brown skin girls, which really can encompass a whole lot of women because not just black women are brown skinned. There's other brown skinned women throughout the world, right? But people feel like it may be more so directed toward black women. But then some people may feel like it's not directed specifically towards black women. All right. I will say that, in the song, Beyonce did give a shout out to, Naomi Campbell, Lupita, and Kelly Rowland. Although I don't think she said Kelly Rowland's last name, but we can assume it's Kelly Rowland, right? So some folks, particularly some lighter skinned black women, kind of took issues with this song. Some, not all, but some, they came through with the light skin tears, as if they just have the hardest struggle in the whole wide world and they just cry light skin tears at night, Why do these light skin tears come at night? In the song, I don't even think Beyonce she never talked down to any other skin tone at all. And Beyonce herself is light skinned, so I don't think she would even, participate in something that would disparage herself, right? And this is what happened when a light skinned woman did this. Now, if this was a dark skinned black man who made a song, big upping dark skinned black women, and the song got really popular, boy, these women would be crying light skinned tears, goddamn, till May of next year. God damn it. Hey, cry me a light skinned tears river. Cry me a river of light skinned tears. Cry me, cry me, cry me, cry me a river, cry me of light skinned tears. Cry me, cry me. But that's what it's kind of coming off at, like, god damn, man. Come on. Can the dark skinned sisters get their moment? Get their shine for just a moment. Right? Like, oh, she's leaving us out. Some of them, right? Not all, but some. Because I did see some light skinned women coming through in the mix and saying, hey, calm down, chill, it ain't that serious. In fact, I had even saw, like, in the comment section of a YouTube video, like, China Fox had posted. And, like, folks, she had posted something to the effect of, like, relax, light skinned women, it's just a song and it's like it's going to go back to normal and people going to be talking all about you by tomorrow. Something to that effect. I don't know what it is. I can't quote exactly because the comment, I think, ended up being deleted. I don't know if China Fox, YouTube user China Fox, aka Rebel Fox, deleted the comment, or if perhaps the YouTube user who runs the channel that she was on deleted the comment. But yeah, folks was coming at her. Light-skinned women were coming at her. So it's like, light-skinned women coming at each other. Right? Just like in that whole Antoine Fuqua, Nicole Murphy situation. Like light-skinned women going at each other. Right? That's something to think about too. And also, the video for the song, I saw it, and it didn't even feature a lot of dark-skinned women. I don't even think I saw one. I saw like Beyonce and Blue Ivy, and that's all I remember. So even if somebody was featured, I didn't remember them. The light-skinned women got the feature in the damn brown-skinned women video, technically. I mean, it's Beyonce's video, and Blue Ivy is Beyonce's daughter. So, yeah, you know. um, but yeah, I think I've said all I have to say for the moment. I guess I can speak on one more thing. People saying, people, light-skinned women especially though, saying that, me, I, myself, that I pander to brown-skinned and dark-skinned black women. And I'm like, well, what's the definition of pandering exactly? Because I feel like we have different definitions of what pandering means, right? And I have had this sentiment expressed to me uh, on a reoccurring basis at one point or another, right? And I just find it to be a little odd, you know, you know, whether I'm holding light-skinned women accountable for the colorism they participate in and the fuckery they participate in or not, or even just, giving some extra attention or showing some love to brown skin and dark skinned black women. I don't, it's a little weird. I think I may end up making an entirely separate video to address that situation at one point or another. Um, but yeah, I just find that to be odd. Oh, pandering, you know. You know. But if I accuse them of pandering to dark skinned and brown skinned black men, then, you know, I'm probably just some jealous, insecure, beige nigga, who, you know, and I've had that kind of low key thrown my way too. It's like, oh, you just jealous. First of all, some of them be trying to say like I'm jealous of them, like these light skinned women. Oh, you just jealous of us. I'm like, why do y'all always think somebody is jealous of you? Like what? Like no shade, but I don't really want what you got. I want to be in your position. Like we in two different lanes. Come on. But I guess that's just like they go-to response whenever they get criticism. Because they're probably used to getting the criticism from dark skinned, brown skinned black women. So they can kind of run that game a little bit better on them, you know. And because they get support and people help them to run that game on them too. Heck, even some brown skinned, dark skinned black women help them run that game. They're like, be co-signing them like, yeah, they be doing, they be jealous of them. Yeah. But yeah, nobody's jealous of you or your struggle melanin, and your struggle eyes, and your struggle hair. Like, no, like, who's jealous of that? And but let's bring this video to a close. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.